Five writers' diets in the 1800s. Number 5. Percy Shelley's Pythagoreanism. A strong defender of injustice towards the lower classes, Percy Bysshe Shelley was inspired by Richmond to become a vegetarian. He did so in 1810, shortly before his time at Oxford. He worried about the transmigration of souls that was brought about by eating an animal, and became more and more enthralled by William Godwin and his bouts of vegetarianism. During his first marriage to Harriet Westbrook, Shelley and his wife were proud Pythagoreans, and Shelley is often considered to be the first famous vegetarian of the modern age, even though he started eating meat again at a later point in his life. Number 4. Lord Byron's weight loss program. Lord Byron had always struggled with his weight, which often suffered from extreme fluctuations due to his love of starchy foods. In an effort to combat this tendency by strength of will, Byron developed his own diet, which would go on to become the first real celebrity diet of the age. During his university years, he lived on dry biscuits and water, or boiled potatoes in vinegar. He was convinced that vinegar aided digestion and weight loss, as it kept hunger pangs at bay and seemed to ensure sharpness of mind. Between 1806 and 1811, Byron managed to lose a total of 70 pounds. If he were forced out of politeness to eat his fill at a dinner party, the poet would end his evening by taking a copious amount of magnesium. When Byron did not have to dress to impress, he would wear layers of wool to induce a sweat, and thereby add to his weight loss. Number 3. Lewis Carroll's Wonderland Diet. It is a well-known fact that Lewis Carroll made a habit of smoking opium, and many are convinced that Alice's adventures in Wonderland are a less than subtle testament to this habit. In the Victorian age, many people used opium on a daily basis, which was one of the main reasons for infant mortality at the time. Carroll eventually began to supplement his diet with opium snacks as well, since eating the drug was often more practical than smoking it. It certainly wasn't tasty, but the narcotic benefits were more important to him than the resulting bad breath. Number 2. Charles Dickens' Apple a Day. Dickens was a man who knew his food, and this knowledge seeped through into his works, everything from his starveling diet in Oliver Twist to his obsession with baked apples. Dickens became convinced that eating one baked apple every day during sea travels would prevent seasickness. He even thought that the lack of balance you experience upon reaching land could be resolved by consuming apples. Number 1. John Keats' Anchovy a Day. The English poet John Keats was diagnosed with mental exertion in 1820, and his physician Dr. James Clark tried to heal his stomach pains and tuberculosis with a diet of a single anchovy, plus one small piece of bread, every day. During his time following this diet, which was of course devoid of essential vitamins and minerals, Keats was also bled on a daily basis. Even though this was a very common treatment in that age, it is almost certain that his diet contributed to his weakness and worsening condition. Unsurprisingly, Keats found himself with no energy at all,